hold on. What did that one chick say back in, like, I think it was like 2016? She said, some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but it must be said. Hi, my name is Cuddlewatt, and at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite and somebody possibly not liking what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. You don't need 100 videos of me telling you why Nintendo is ruining the industry, or this is the downfall of gaming because of Nintendo, and this video and that video. You don't need that from me, okay? Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the series where I talk about whatever is on my mind today. Because I have a big mouth, I like to yap about things with no particular end goal other than to start discussion. And in today's segment, I really don't know what this video is. I feel like it's a mixture of things, and this is probably going to be the shortest Let's Rant ever because, again, I don't have much to say on it. I'm just kind of like, can we not move on because there's always going to be something new, but like, can we start putting the solutions into practice and, you know, like building a community? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Let me get into it. So first things first, I haven't posted in a month. I know. Okay. Sometimes it happens like within like the week that you post something, the 7 days, and you're like, I should probably post again. And then suddenly becomes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it becomes 4 weeks in a month. It sucks. I know. I'm sorry. I said I was going to post every week. It doesn't happen. And yeah, it's just bad. I apologize. I'm gonna try. I'm human. I'm only human. The inspiration for today's video comes from two things. So one comes from a channel named, I think it's Bearman, and they talk a lot about just like video games in general, the industry, and just gives kind of like commentary on it, a video essay, if you might want to call it that. I don't know. And basically they posted a poll on just their community tab of what kind of video that their followers wanted to see and everything like that, or subs, I should say. And people were voting and stuff like that. And there was like a couple different options. But one of them that stuck out to me was how Nintendo is ruining the industry. And, I clicked like what my vote would be on it in particular. I forgot what I picked, but I saw the results, and they were all pretty close. Like, it wasn't like a dead split, or like, like something like outvoting the other, like completely, like, whatever. But what surprised me was to see that the highest voted thing, even though it was by like a small margin, was to see a video about Nintendo and, how they are ruining the gaming industry, basically. And it got me thinking, okay? Because, they make a lot of videos already when something that Nintendo does is like super crazy and whatnot else, like regarding that company and them being greedy and whatnot else. Like, they make a lot of videos criticizing it, and I feel like they're pretty much all valid and everything like that, their critiques. And I feel like a lot of people like this genre of like, Nintendo is so bad, we hate Nintendo, like, like it's just ruining everything, and how they became a greedy company, all of the things under the sun. I feel like we've all seen a video about that. Hell, you might have seen a video of mine about it. Like, everybody talks about it. And I was just surprised to see that the poll was high enough and kind of like outshined every other video idea, just to talk about some more why Nintendo is greedy and why they're not such a good company after all these years and after all the nostalgia that we've all had as kids. And, it was on my mind and stuff like that. And I was like, I guess that's interesting. And of course, ever since the Switch 2 dropped, I feel like everything has just kind of died down now, like influencers, all the hype, everything, of course we've heard of a few releases, right? Like Tomodachi Life's coming out. We had the Animal Crossing update, which I talked about because I love Animal Crossing. I'm passionate about Animal Crossing. But Tomodachi Life, we've had Pokacopia come out. Chromacopia. Any Twilight creator fans out there? No? Okay, let me shut up. We've had that, and then we had, I guess, the announcement of, like, Wind and Waves for Pokemon, the new generation. We've had Kirby Air Riders come out, and people got very excited and hyped for that. What else has there been? I feel like it's bad if you can't mention much stuff on the Switch 2 that's coming out. I feel like that's really bad, but, that's just me. I know ways, Poketopia, Mario Kart's long, whatchamacallit. So is Donkey Kong Bonanza ZA, yeah, whatever. I really can't remember. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I'm like looking now and I'm just seeing like I saw like a couple first parties like the ones I mentioned, but it's mainly nothing really extraordinary coming out. Indie games, obviously go support indie games. Preferably maybe off the Nintendo console, but if you want to do it, you do you. It's your life. But you know, maybe a couple indie games, one or two that I saw that I thought looked really interesting. And I'm human, okay? I can admit when something looked good. I'm not that prideful, okay? But I'm not paying Switch 2 Premium to experience those for just the Switch console. It's just not. It's not in my blood right now. It's not in my blood. But all this to say, I know I've made like a couple videos talking about Nintendo and obviously fanboys and, you know, the cult following that is Nintendo and I need to support everything that they do. Like it's weird. I still think it's weird. I was obviously very passionate with making the videos that I did and obviously talking about Nintendo's greed and whatnot else and obviously calling out influencers with the Switch 2 thing. I still think y'all are weak. I'm not gonna hold you. But you know, like, it's not to say that I don't care per se, but I'm just not as like, I feel like I've gotten everything I needed to say out about Nintendo or like what they've done recently. I really feel like I've gotten everything I need to say out. Like nothing else is on my chest. Like I know some people think that video that I made about like the whole Switch 2 influencer thing was like this pre-planned thing and like she researched this out and then she's slandering all these people. No, I'm just a normal person. I'm a normal person who was just angry. Okay, I was a normal person who was angry and annoyed. I'm not gonna lie, and I still low-key am, and I'm just passionate. I felt like making that video and it just happened. A bunch of people just happened to see it. So, again, not to say that I don't care about whatever is like going on with Nintendo right now, but I feel like I have said all I need to say. I've made a video about Animal Crossing because I'm very passionate about Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing and I already had New Horizons, and to see this update and it not be what it could be, you know, it broke my heart a little bit. But I don't plan on getting the Switch 2. I don't have any plans to, anytime soon or even in the very far future. I don't plan on it. And, I know some people, one person who asked me to make a video about Kirby Air Riders and how I felt about it. I love Kirby, don't get me wrong, but I'm just kind of like, 6, 7? I don't know how to, I'm stupid. I don't know how to feel about that. It looked good. Okay, I'm not like too prideful that I can't say it doesn't look good, okay? I did originally want the Switch 2, but no, I don't. And, same thing with Kirby Air Riders. It looked good. Is it $80 premium good? No, not in my opinion. And, that's just kind of how I feel about it, so I apologize for not making a video, but like, it's not in my blood to talk about it right now. Same thing with Tomodachi Life. I feel like it's a cozy game. I love Tomodachi Life. Loved it on the 3DS. Wanted a sequel. It's coming on the Switch too. I got my wish, but I don't wish to get that console. So, there's just not much to say, and I don't think it's worth the upgraded price again. And you can see the running pattern of like these games I cared about, like Pokemon Waves getting announced and whatnot. All these games I cared about getting announced, and it's like, talk about it, you know, like, why don't you like talk? And it's just kind of like, what is there to say, honestly, because I'm not getting it, like, you know. And this leads me to my second point about what inspired this video. Is this lovely person that commented, so sweet, I'm blurring out your name for your own safety, and you know, just because I don't know if you want your name out there, but like, they were so sweet, and they're like, oh my gosh, Kadawat, like, you're the last standing goose of, like, you know, the Nintendo boycott, not buying the Switch 2, and everybody's folding for Pokecopia, that's how, me messing up the name is how much I don't care, but I'm so sorry. Like, you know, talking about Pokecopia, and everyone's folding, you gotta talk about it, and I want to give credence and say, these topics, like, matter, especially when it's something major, like the Switch 2 dropping, and, like, you know, you see all these influencers not standing on their word and being fake or whatever, and whatnot else. Like, these subjects don't matter, and I'm not saying any of the videos that I made I regret making, because I was passionate about it at the time. I kind of spoke about it at the time because this was something that was on my feed, and it was constantly bugging me, and I was like, y'all need to shut up! Excuse me. Like, it just made me angry, so I just made what I made at the time that it needed to be said, and that's all I had to say. Because I knew the hype was going to die down, and I knew I'm not going to, this is, again, important videos to make, but the world's going to keep turning, unfortunately. Like, you know, it's not going to stop for me making these videos and whatnot else. So it just kind of surprised me, and I want to give credence to it. These are important topics to talk about, but I also want to make the point, and I guess this is the overall point of the video, how many videos, and I'm not asking this person specifically, okay, love you, Buki, it's not directed towards you, this is a general question for everybody who is involved in, like, you know, the whole, oh, I hate Nintendo train, and they're so greedy, and like every 10 seconds in the comment section, like this, that, and the third, like listing everything they've done throughout history. And my question to you guys is, how many videos do you need about Nintendo being a bad company and being hell on earth for the industry for everybody to just stand up? I feel like this is the video for just general people, you know, whether you've boycotted, whether you haven't boycotted, but you really do not like what Nintendo is doing, and you feel like you're getting short end of the stick, and you miss the old Nintendo, and yada, yada, yada. Like, I feel like this is the video specifically for you, not the extreme fanboys, okay? They've had their video or whatever, and the influencers, of course, you're not exempt from this. Like, get over yourself. But, oh, I feel so bad that I got the Switch 2 and you guys don't. Oh, girl. I'm so sorry. I still didn't agree with Danny to this day. But, like, this is just the video for the general audience. How many videos do you need before you go, I'm tired of it, let's implement some solutions? And that's what this little rant is about. The thing I tend to see with the running theme of like Nintendo kind of hate videos and whatnot else is usually there's three types of people. There's the people who are from the extreme, who very much hate Nintendo, like everything that they do, they're not buying a single thing that Nintendo puts out and whatnot else. This includes merch, games, yada, yada, yada. You've got the middle person who's maybe not buying the games anymore and stuff like that or whatever, but is maybe buying the content and like the merch and whatnot else. And I'm not gonna lie, I participated in it, but I am trying to distance myself now, so yeah, gotta match my mouth with my words a little bit. And then you got like the third person who's like just like into complaining about it and is like, this is bad, and then buys the console anyway. And this is obviously excluding influencers. They have their own responsibilities to deal with. And then maybe like the fourth individual. What's the fourth individual? I feel like that's the person that's like just hating on Nintendo just to hate on Nintendo because they just like their PlayStation and any other console, PC gaming. Like they like anything else that's not Nintendo. So I feel like that, and maybe like the average hater slash. So those are the four kind of people that I noticed commenting on these videos. And I feel like the whole common sentiment is you believe one thing, right? Like we all say that we hate Nintendo a lot, and like, you know, we can all agree that this is bad, but this in particular is maybe directed towards the people that are purchasing the game still. They'll complain about it, they hate it, they know what's going on. It's not like they're a parent with a kid and, you know, or they're just a kid, but they know what's going on, and they keep buying it. I don't know, but then you go and comment on the video and you're like, I hate what they're doing, I hate it. I could maybe give you like, it's still ultimately contributing to the issue, but like I could maybe give you a little bit of leeway if you were just buying merch, but like you're still buying the game, and then they bought the console. You bought the console, like the one thing you weren't supposed to get, and you're still surprised. Are you surprised?
Why is that so why is that so mind-blowing?
You're still surprised why Nintendo's doing what they doing? All right. Like, I don't want to, like, this is why I'm saying I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite here, because I understand, right? I get it. I understand the appeal of these videos and like, you know, like just bashing on Nintendo 24/7, yada, yada, yada. And like saying that like you really hate what they're doing and stuff like that, and maybe still buying them. Like, I get it. We're not perfect. We're not we're human. We're not perfect. I get it. I don't want to hold nobody's whatchamacallit standard. And I don't want to seem like I'm this like high horse individual. And I place myself on some type of pedestal. Knock me down a bit, okay, please, because it, like, we're all human at the end of the day. I get it, but like, I feel like it gets to a point. It just feels like, at what point are we all going to kind of collectively get up and say, enough is enough, we're done, let's cease this, right? And not to say like let's cease talking about like the major things, the big things that need to get talked about, but at what point are we gonna stop making these, not stop completely, but like, you know, tone it down, or like lessen the frequency of the whole Nintendo is the devil of the industry videos, and then we're gonna actually start putting some stuff into action. Especially, and I'm pointing this especially to the people who have already bought their Switch 2 and know that they regret it, and like, it's just, you hate it. And it's a cognitive dissonance. Like, I get it at the end of the day. And I would even say it's a cognitive dissonance for people who are still, you know, buying merch, and, you know, like, ultimately they're probably going to use those funds to fund the games that they make and whatnot else. And, you know, it's a little bit of a cognitive dissonance. I implore you to think about that, as I am thinking about it myself, and haven't really bought much that's Nintendo related lately because of this. Like, I feel like we all need to kind of check ourselves a little bit. Or at least, if we're not going to like whatchamacallit completely, okay, I feel like we need to at least be self-aware and get back on the podium, okay? Because I feel like nowadays people, when we talk about a boycott more than anything, we are like super strict about it, and we are not necessarily, and while this isn't like it's a Nintendo Switch console, okay, it's a video game console, it's, at the end of the day, it's not, and it's nothing like boycotting maybe like Target or something like that is clearly doing stuff that is affecting people. Like, you know, like, ultimately at the end of the day, right, it's a video game console. You choose to get it or you don't choose to get it. That's kind of the reality of it. Not that it doesn't matter, but I feel like we all kind of need to either like check ourselves and like understand maybe what's valuable to us, you know, maybe what's valuable. And when we fall off the pedestal of like, I wasn't really supposed to buy that, or like, you know, whatever, just remind yourself of the reasons why you wanted to boycott Nintendo in the first place. I know it can be really hard and kind of discouraging to see like people like buying these new consoles and stuff like that or whatever, and like everybody playing Pokecopia and you're not, and everybody possibly getting wind and waves. Possibly they are going to getting wind and waves, and you feeling like you're left out, and like, oh my gosh, everybody's leaving the boycott, and it feels like nobody's like whatchamacallit. That's when we have to reel ourselves back in. It sucks. I get it. Like, I'm human. I am human, okay? It sucks to see people participating in something that you don't have to stop liking, like, every Nintendo property out there just because Nintendo's a bad company. I feel like that's most people. That's most things that we like in life, is we love the characters, and in media, we love the characters, yada, 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 but we don't like the conglomerate, okay? We don't like the business itself. That's normal. It's normal. You don't have to stop liking those things. We just need to find alternatives. And if we fall back off the bandwagon, we need to jump right back up onto that wagon, right? Or at least decide something that works for you, okay? Something that works for you, and, you know, you're still committing to not buying the main issue or something like that. Like, if you really want to buy your merch, if you really must buy your merch and whatnot else, and go see the movies and whatnot else that ever comes out from Nintendo, like, look, be self-aware and get back onto the wagon. Just like, for me, what I feel like has really helped with like not wanting to buy the Switch 2, I think about if it's really worth my money or if I can wait. Right? Like, we love to say it, you don't die from FOMO. Like, it's okay if not everybody, like, if everybody buys the game and you don't have it, and like you're not gonna die from it. It's okay. Like, there might be a market to resell, like for reselling and stuff like that. Like, there's other ways to kind of participate in still liking Nintendo and stuff like that, and like their properties, involving in the properties, and not buying directly from them. You know, like, I think, especially nowadays when it comes to boycotting and being like really strict with like certain things and stuff like that, we have the tendency to like really like get on people from like not following the whatchamacallit. And, you know, it's inconvenient. Like, that's the whole point of a boycott, it is a bit of an inconvenience, but ultimately it's for a bigger cause, or to at least get the company to do what you ask or what you want. But I feel like in the case of video games, I feel like there's a lot less stakes, a little bit less stakes, because at the end of the day, it is just video games, right? It's not like DEI and stuff like that, or like, you know, affecting bigger issues in the world. Okay, I'm not that out of touch. But I feel like we could maybe give people a little bit more grace, a little bit. And I feel like there's more room to like, if you fall off the wagon and you bought something or something like that, get back on that wagon and don't buy anything else. The thing is really trying to like commit to it. Like, let's not like be like, oops, sorry. And then like, sneak that. Like, I'm not talking about that. All right, now you're bugging out, but be realistic is what I'm trying to say, is be realistic. Like, think about what ultimately you feel like is worth your money and really crunch down on that. I feel like that's what's helped me, like with Pokemon Wind and Waves and like Pokecopia and like Tomodachi Life. Did I want these games originally? Yeah, I'm sure I'd love to participate in the next generation of Pokemon, but it's not worth the money. And like, I just really think to myself, I'm spending $500 to experience maybe a couple of games that I like and nothing else, I feel like those are one of those things is you kind of got to sit with yourself with those things, and what you think is actually worth your money and your time and whatnot else. And this is not to say don't talk about it anymore when it drops, or when you see something that you like, be prideful and say, oh, it looks like ass. Like, come on. Like, I feel like we all need to take a break real quick and get back down to it, like get back down to the ground. But I feel like we need to tighten up the bootstraps a little bit. Okay. I'm being a little bit nicer because I am not exempt from this. You're not exempt from this. We're all not exempt for this. Okay. Now that I just don't have the desire to buy the Switch 2, and I hope people take this video not with a grain of salt, but like understand maybe where I'm coming from a little bit. It's going to sound hypocritical, and I know someone's going to be mad and be like, you were supposed to be the martyr. Sorry, I'm not. I'm a human. But if you would like to know my solutions for not participating in whatever the Switch 2 has to offer, and even then, like, somebody would be like, what do you think of this and that? And I'm like, I'm just not bothered with the Switch 2 right now. I'm just kind of distancing myself a little bit. Even my solutions for it. I just invested in a modded 3DS in 2026 with a bunch of games on it. My second one. Shit, I might get another. Who knows? If I run out of space. I got a Steam Deck. I've been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure instead. Like, you gotta get creative. All this to say, give people grace, especially if they y'all are influencers, and I don't consider myself to be one either. I have an audience, so I need to stick by my word a little bit more. And obviously I'm human. I need to do that. I will take that L. I apologize. But you guys aren't influencers and stuff like that, so I won't hold y'all to the same standard. But like, if you really, I'm telling you, and it's gonna suck to say this, and it hurts to say this, but if you really want something to change, you gotta get on that wagon. You gotta get on that wagon, whether or not people are riding that wagon with you. There was in all examples in history of boycotts happening, there have always been people, I'm sure, that have dropped off and are like, maybe I need to go back to Target. Maybe I need to go, like, it happens. And Target's a more serious example, but like, it happens. It happens, and it sucks. And I know it sucks to see other people like get the things that like you were like, oh, and like no one else is standing anymore. Like, but that's the thing that keeps the boycott alive, right? And that's the thing that stops us from getting all of these things. It actually makes us more mindful, I feel like, of the things that we are purchasing and whether it's worth our money. That Mario Kart World is not worth an $80 silk press to me. It's not. It just isn't. So, like, it's just, I feel like it's things like that. And obviously, like, getting gaming alternatives and whatnot else. PC gaming is, look, there's always a game for $20, okay? Like, there are solutions. There's ways to get around this. And when we are participating in this boycott and whatnot else, I will say, let's be maybe a little bit nicer. Maybe a little bit nicer. Just a teeny bit. Again, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite saying it, but, like, I feel like we can all do it. We just all we all gotta collectively agree on something. We gotta stand up to something, baby. We gotta stand up for something, okay? And even the videos that are being made about like this, that, and coming out, and it's not worth it, and yada yada. Don't let these people shake you. Don't let all these other people who are moving away from it shake you up. Be nicer about the boycott. We're all human at the end of the day. Hold your influencers accountable, okay? I got held accountable, right? Do it, all right? Like, we're not gonna change anything, unfortunately, by like you know, saying like, oh, I hate Nintendo, and proceeding to play the Switch too. Like, it's just, it just don't work like that. It just don't work like that. Like, so yeah, that's kind of what I had to say. I'm sorry if I talked myself in circles. I really just, I wanted to put a video out, obviously, and I said that this was going to be the shortest rant video ever, but it's probably not going to be. But all this to say, you know, tell me what you think about this video. Did you like it? Did you not? I know somebody's going to be upset with me, and I know I'm going to sound like a hypocrite and whatnot. I know, okay? It's making me a little bit nervous, I guess, like, talking about it, because we haven't talked about Nintendo in a minute, you know? But if you were wondering why I haven't been making videos about Nintendo and the Switch, like, that's why, okay? It's just, you know? And I feel like another key is just maybe don't talk about it. Maybe not, like, if you gotta obviously say, talk your shit, alright? I ain't gonna stop you, you human, do what you want, but, I just haven't had much to say. That's all I'm trying to say. I haven't had much to say. Thank you to the person that commented. You're super sweet. Don't let these people shake you. Okay. Just get back on that bandwagon. And just remember to ask yourself, at what point do you stand up and say enough is enough? And not to diss y'all, but some of y'all who have been saying that y'all got that Switch too and have been putting it on a payment plan, I'm sorry to say you cannot afford it. Or putting it on a credit card or whatever craziness y'all been doing. You can't afford that shit in 2026. Okay? You can't afford that. You can't afford that. But we're saying prices are reasonable for this and stuff like that. You can't even afford it, Bookie. All this to say, tell somebody you love them today, because tomorrow is not promised to us. And I will see you guys in the next one.